Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday night chat. I got Rick, Is Your Six Covered here, and Blue 823 had to step away from the computer just for a minute, but he'll be right back. Haven't really thought up any topics to talk about, really. We may touch on the Charlotte thing since there's a little bit more video and stuff going out. It's been out enough to kind of settle in and get a little idea of what went on. We may touch on that. I'm not sure. But anyway, when Blue gets back, I'll let him do an intro if he wants to. But you want to do an intro, Rick?
Hey everybody. Thanks for showing up to TR's chat, and should be a good night. Have some fun. Other than that, thanks for coming.
All right. Appreciate you coming in, man.
No
problem. Anyway, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything? I'll let the commenters out there or the audience, if there's something you want us to talk about, something that's you're curious about or on your mind, we can touch on it or dig into it, whatever. I'm not sure where to go with it. I worked today. I worked all weekend, so I ain't really kept up. I checked Drudge Report and InfoWars a little bit, when I'm on break or whatever, and that's about it. Survival says Arnold Palmer died at 87, evidently today. I hadn't heard that.
That's a bummer deal.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, Deb Darien, the debate is tomorrow night. Hello, Chris, do-it-yourselfer. And I don't watch a lot of debates and stuff. I may try to watch that one.
Yeah.
Just to see, if they're having if it's going to be weekend at Bernie's and they have Hillary, like puppet strings holding her up so she don't fall or.
Yeah, they better get some big strings.
Yeah. Have a damn stick, 2x4 behind her, strapped to her or something, so she don't fall out. Because I heard she can't have a chair. I heard they can't have a chair, and supposedly they're not even going to do commercials.
Really?
It'll be 90 minutes straight.
I like to see
true or not, I don't know. They may change it before then, but that's what I read anyway. Blue 823, what's up, man? I caught him sleeping.
He was sleeping, huh? Don't be sleeping, Blue.
No, we're good. I'm just hitting the wrong damn buttons. I had a very, very long night last night and took most of the day to recover and still not quite feeling 100%, but hey, we're not 21 anymore. I gotta fucking remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that last chat when the fireball kicked in. I was like, holy hell, what happened?
Supposed to go shoot the next day. It was like, when you going? About noon when you wake up?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think Pop Quest, I put out a video about a medical kit that next day, I think, and he commented that, hey, Rick wants to know if you got anything for a hangover in that kit.
I haven't seen that yet. I could have used something. Definitely, for sure. Hey, got to do it once in a while. Hey, Stump.
Oh, yeah. Hey, sometimes these chats are the best bar to go to because you ain't got to drive home.
Exactly. Get to hang out with friends, have a couple drinks. Can't beat that. No,
anything on your mind, Blue, that you want to talk about tonight?
Nothing that's really striking any chords. I mean, there's a lot of chords being struck. But I mean, I think we cover the same thing, and I'm sure we'll end up getting into some of the more serious topics as we go on, like we usually do. But nothing.
Well,
Okay.
it's been kind of, besides the Charlotte deal, kind of down the street from me and TR, a couple hours. Right down the street from Coda Boy.
Yeah, he's somewhere up around Charlotte.
He's only like 5 minutes from there. He's in Charlotte.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he drove
Yeah, we're
around.
gonna have to get together. We're gonna have to get together with him.
I know. I was hoping he'd show up,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I'm going to be able to show up.
Well, like I said, it won't start till Saturday, so just remember that.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. See what kind of magic I can pull off.
Yeah, he's a pretty good crowd. He should be about the damn same crowd. Just sounds like anyway. So most of them anyway. Have you seen his tactical grass cutting video yet?
No, I did watch Buck's rabbit processing video.
Not really. Well, whenever the chat's over with, go back and watch Pop's Quest latest video. It's tactical cutting grass. All I can say, it must be hell out there on the farm. He did a VR for Dirt Road, so have fun shooting.
Yeah.
It's pretty good video.
I saw the thing for it, but I haven't opened it up yet.
Yeah.
We've been crazy around here. In a good way.
Yeah.
My son and his friend tried killing me today on a mountain bike. One more trail. I was like, you realize I ain't 14, right? I'm like, shit.
I'll put a link out there for anybody that don't know Pop's Quest. Y'all can go back, pop it open, throw it to the side, and watch it later because it is about long or something like that. All right, hang on. I'm working.
Multitasking, TR. Multitasking.
There you go. For y'all out there in the audience, click on that, pull up the tab, and mute it or whatever. Stop it and watch it later when you got some time. It's pretty damn funny.
No,
all right, here's one for you, Blue.
Yeah, so I just saw that.
Okay. You know anything about it?
No, I have not. I have not heard that yet, and it has not come across the any of my feeds. So I have to keep my eye open for that.
All right. Anyway, the question for anybody watching this later: ATF sucks is the person. Anyway, that's her name on YouTube. Blue, did you hear about the two gun bills? One being statewide law enforcing cities like Philly and Allentown that they cannot override the state. Well, that's usually the way it goes. That's most states. I can't say all, but I think that's most states. And two, the semi-auto hunting. They must have some kind of ban or something to do with using semi-autos and hunting. I don't know about that one.
You're not allowed to do that.
You're not?
Nope.
Well, maybe they're wanting to make it where you can.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that here. Yeah, I haven't heard any of those, but yeah, like Philly, the cities down, they have their own. It's like I wish we could just kind of fence Philly off and let it be itself. But I don't know their gun restrictions. Yeah, they do what they want. First class cities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're so big they probably get away with it. But I know, like in South Carolina, like Greenville or whoever, they can't pass a more restrictive gun law than the state does. Travelers Rest, the town I live near, or in, whatever you want. I don't live in the city, but other than that, whatever, near it. They tried to, they did a town hall. I went to it. I posted a video about it a couple years ago. But they did a town hall meeting because they were fixing up Travelers Rest, and they got a little amphitheater or something that's outside, and it's not fenced off or anything like that. But there were people wanting to make it to where people couldn't conceal carry, and it's an open park, and so they had a town hall meeting to discuss it, and it was overwhelmingly the majority of the people, even the police department of Travelers Rest, was like, no, we don't need to do that. And they did admit, they said, well, we got to contact the attorney general of the state to even see if we could do that, if enough people wanted to. But there was only like one or two people there that spoke that was against it, and you could tell they was reading the script. Probably didn't even live in Travelers Rest. Because that lady actually even said that she felt safer in a school, in a museum. And this was at the time that there was just a damn school shooting. And it's like, well, you feel safer in a school? That's where you get shot at.
She didn't sound too smart.
Nah. Hey, you're safer in a gun show than you are in a school.
Yeah, exactly. Stupid.
So has any new information come out with the that Washington State mall shooting? Like I said,
I haven't heard. I read one story about it, and I seen one quick video where the girl's like doing a selfie chat or whatever you call it, just filming herself talking, and you hear the guns go off, and she's really close to it. It's only like a 5-10 second clip. That's all I've seen, and I read the story, but even then, they didn't know how many people had been injured, if anybody had been injured. And that's I hadn't read any updates other than that. All I know is there was a shooting.
Yeah, the only thing, and here again, I don't know much about it because, like I said, I was with you guys Friday night during the chat, and then yesterday I was pretty much oblivious to anything that was going on. But some of the stuff I caught today was it first started coming off that they thought that the fellow was like Mexican or a Latino or something, but it turns out he's I think it was a Turkish immigrant that had converted to Muslim, to be a Muslim or something. So
never mind. I got the shootings mixed up. The one I'm talking about just happened today or I guess it was last night. I don't know. But yeah, the mall shooting, I've read that he was Turkish or from Turkey, and as far as I know, they hadn't called him. But there's been another shooting. That's the one I was talking about.
No shit. Where was that one? I didn't hear anything about that one.
Damn. I want to say it's either near campus or on campus of some college, and I can't remember the damn state. But it was like in an alleyway. I mean, it could have been drug related or what? Okay, SKS, you go to suspect caught. Is that the one, the Turkey guy? SKS? I would imagine so, because I hadn't heard anything that they didn't know who shot or whatever the other one I heard about. So I can't really speak on that, but anyway, it's like just like the Charlotte thing. We're just now getting enough facts to talk about it, really. And even that, there's nothing definitive other than they got the guy's gun. He had a gun with his fingerprints and DNA and all that on it. Of course, the DNA could have just been the blood on it. So,
right.
There's probably quite a few drops of blood on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
it'll be
that whole mess. See, that just blew out of proportion. The facts hadn't all come out yet, and the main culprit was that his wife or whatever that was making the video and blasting out to everybody, posted it on whatever and screaming and hollering, oh, he had a book, he had a book. He didn't have a gun. And then it turns out he had an ankle holster, and yes, he had a gun. And then there's a black cop that shot the black guy, and I seen like interviews and stuff, where people trying to do news stories and what have you, and it was all the Black Lives Matter and stop killing us and stuff. I was like, you do realize a black man shot another black man, so how is he racist? Is that what you're saying?
They just want to riot.
Yeah.
They just want to break shit.
They got people who's bust in just to incite a riot.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like they didn't arrest a lot of people, but that one night, 70% of the people they arrested was from out of state or out of town, at least.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There.
Well, see, George Soros gave him like $33 million, I think. I know he's gave millions of dollars anyway, and to fund Black Lives Matter. So anytime there's something going, they're actually paid. They got paid employee, or at least paid to go to events and stuff and incite riots and what have you. Do a protest. Well, I shouldn't say incite a riot, but they're there to protest and they're paid to be there.
They get paid extra.
Yeah. Yeah, and I heard somebody was dissecting. They said one picture you could see the gun laying beside them. The second, in another picture angle you couldn't. I'm wrong. Once they handcuffed them and stuff, they probably moved the gun away from them. If it was laying right beside them, would that be a fair thing to assume? Could have been why that is.
Oh yeah.
Even if you got that guy handcuffed, you're not going to leave the gun laying there right beside him.
Right.
You're going to move it away. So I didn't read too much into that. I heard that, but I didn't even watch anything on it because I was like, okay, I can come up with an explanation for that.
Yeah, it's a good argument right there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, anybody that's watched enough cop TV shows they kick the firearm out of the way or whatever.
Stumps the so-called gun in the second photo looked more like a drop glove or a rag. So, yeah, it might not even been the gun itself anyway.
It was a book, I thought. It was a book.
Yeah.
It was one of the metal books.
I just don't believe that many police officers would be yelling, drop the gun, drop the gun. There was at least 4 police officers there. I just don't believe 4 of them would be yelling at and seeing what's going on and realize, oh, that's a book, not a gun. I'm pretty sure they know what a gun looks like. And I could see one cop if it was dark or whatever and they just saw something in his hand. Okay, we might have an argument there, but come on, it's broad daylight. And I also read a story today or yesterday how that even came about. They was there serving their warrant for somebody else, dressed in plain clothes, 2 police officers, and they pulled up near his car or seen it or beside him, whatever, other side of the street or something. They said the guy was in his car, and they could tell he was rolling up a joint. And the cops, according to their story, is they said, but they were there trying to find somebody else and serve a warrant. They didn't really care. They said, well, we ain't worried about him rolling up a joint. But then the guy pulls a gun out and shows them his gun. I guess like threatening them, like, y'all leave me alone or whatever. And they were in their car. So when they seen him pull the gun out, they backed up or pulled off, put their vest on, and then that's when they went to address him. It was like they was going to let that marijuana thing go. They was like, well, they ain't worried about that little misdemeanor, I don't know what the other guy was that they were serving the warrant on. Evidently something fairly serious. But when he pulls the gun out and waves it,
yeah, all things change.
Yeah, all things change. So
That's
the story. Yeah, so it ain't like he was just sitting there reading a book and the cop said, oh, hell, it's a black man. Let's go, beat him up, shoot him, something. That ain't what happened.
I'm bored. What do you guys want to do tonight?
Did he have
Let's
a
go
freaking
beat up.
flag on his back window? And is he reading a Bible? Screw him.
That's right.
I mean, that's what some people believe happened.
Oh, yeah.
Because I
Let's
was
call
kind
it
of curious. I was like, what in the hell is all those police doing there anyway? But it was just the two police. And, I guess once they pulled back, called it in, said, hey, we got a guy waving the gun around, and then the second officer pulled up, or the third part. There was at least 3 police officers there, but I think it was 4, but I know at least 3.
And even the part where, a lot of people are going to be, well, those guys they were in plain clothes. Maybe they did something that made him feel threatened. The Mark Cruiser showed up before any shots were fired, so he knew who was who. I mean,
yeah, and the vest they put on had police on it, bigger than shit. Not that proves you're a police officer, but I would believe it. If they point a gun at me and yelling at me to put my gun down, I'd probably put my gun down.
Get out of the car.
I guess they released dash cam footage of that today.
Yeah, it's still not. You can't see the gun in his hand, and you see him backing. He does get out of his car and he's backing up, but they didn't say nothing about him. I didn't hear it. You couldn't hear it in the audio. I didn't hear anything about him backing up, telling them to back up or anything. All I heard was drop the gun, drop the gun. That's the only command I heard was drop the gun. And the police officer that shot him, you can't see him. Because I seen some comments on the little videos. Well, they shot him in the back. Well, those guys wasn't the ones that shot him. It was the police officer in front of him because he was backing away from his SUV. Well, that black police officer was standing behind his SUV or beside it or something. He's the one that shot because that guy was facing him. And I don't know if he, moved his arm up a little bit or you can't tell by the videos. There's 2 videos and neither one of them you can tell what the hell other than him backing up and then you hear the shots go off.
I thought it was drop the book. Drop the book.
I mean, it's tragic that it happened, but, like we've said before, we can't really speculate until we see definitive proof that it was a bad shoot. And are they bad shoots? Well, hell yeah. Well, that lady cop up in Oklahoma, prime example. Hey, it was a bad shoot. They knew it was a bad shoot. She had her other police officers there. They knew it was a bad shoot. Boom. There wasn't even no argument about it. Boom. Charges pressed.
Yep, straight to jail. Do not pass go. That was an easy shut case, huh?
Yeah.
That's why those cameras are so important. Not just the one that the guy walking down the street's videoing, but officer's camera. Can't get anything better than you can hear what they're saying. As long as they leave them on. But I would wear one just to protect myself.
Yeah, the other thing I like Bobby out there, Yankee 4, said you can't see a gun in the hand. The camera, the dash camera, if it was pointing at them 3 foot away, I don't think you'd have saw the gun. I mean, I think they was using a calculator as a dash cam. That's how shitty the video is.
A calculator. Well, they went low budget. Maybe they got to do a little upgrade. It could be older than hell too.
We got $300 to spend. Okay, buy 200 cameras.
Exactly. That's all they had in the budget for the day.
And there's also a body cam. It's not as bad, but he's just not at an angle anytime that you can see what happened. And they may have other footage, but they're probably not releasing it until they go to court or whatever, or if it goes to court, or until the investigation's over and stuff. But they did say in this one story I read that not all police officers there have a body cam. It's something that they're implementing, but it's not complete yet.
They're not very much. Even if you,
Charlotte's a pretty big town, it's a pretty big city. I'm sure they got a lot of police officers.
no, but I'd buy one just to have one, just to save my ass.
Yeah.
That cop said, you know, if you have sex with me, you won't have to have a ticket or go to jail. You know, all that's. I mean, there's so many reasons to have a body camera now.
Blue, do y'all have body cameras?
We do, but they're not implemented yet. And the reasoning is the state legislation for our wiretap, which is basically just real quick, what wiretap basically says is I can't record any audio of anything that's private, which our state says if we go into somebody's house and we forget to turn that body camera off, we've just violated that statute, and then we end up getting charged. So PA needs to get off their asses and do something about that, because I think the body cameras are great. I think everybody should have them, but we're not wearing them if we can be charged with, you get a hot call and you go busting into a house, you forget to turn the damn camera off, and your ass is now fired for something that stupid.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it's something that will actually record 8 or 12 hours, or do you have to turn it on and off every time you make a stop or something?
The one, and you guys nailed it on the head with the the funding. We have them; they'll run for a full 8-hour shift, but it's pretty shitty audio and video both. I mean, it literally looks like it's about the size of a garage door opener. So I mean, they're small, and
that's probably why that dash cam video is so crappy, because it's one that records the whole shift, but it's crappy video. Yeah, It makes sense.
I mean,
it's all
the real nice ones that pin onto your shirt. It's almost like a fisheye, so it's not like just a straight out and then it kind of pans. I mean, this thing it's damn near almost everything sides and front from the point of the camera out. But there again, those things are as expensive as hell, and nobody wants to pay for them.
That's the way a GoPro is. You just barely see it right there, bubbled out. But if I turned it on and put my finger right here, like this, you could see my finger. It is panoramic as hell. That's why everything in the sides, like if I go in the woods, all the trees are doing like this on the edges. That's why a GoPro is not really good for just shooting videos like stationary. But if you're moving, you don't notice it. But the wide angle would definitely be the way to go, because a lot of cameras you see, like you say, it's just tunnel vision. Something could happen over here 2 feet away that was critical, but your camera's not picking it up.
For $200 or $300, just to protect yourself, I'd wear one.
Yeah, we was nut, kind of. Well, we was, period. But covered and moving on. That's about all to be said about that until something else happens. I don't even know if they're still riding now.
I've been trying not to watch the news, but I haven't heard anything. They were on a midnight to 6 last night.
Yeah, curfew.
Yeah.
Did they actually enforce it last night? Because I know the first night they had it, they didn't enforce it unless people started getting out of hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I stayed the hell out of that town.
But it might have calmed down now that the police released some more evidence, showed pictures of the gun. Might have calmed a lot of it down.
I don't think they give a shit.
Well, like I say, a lot of it's instigated by people out of state, out of city.
Yeah, It's true.
I mean, if you get a bunch of people together and just you start a riot and people are angry already, I mean, you're inciting a riot, which is actually illegal, but they get away with it. Redneck said they were demonstrating at the Panthers game tonight. I don't doubt it. Got a lot of people get to see them. You know, they get a big audience. Yes, they did, Yankee. Bobby, they showed pictures of the gun. I believe it was a Mustang 380, if I'm not mistaken. A Colt Mustang 380. I think it's a Mustang. It may have a different name because it had a little bit longer grip than a normal Mustang. I don't know if it's still called a Mustang or not. They don't make them anymore. My dad used to have one. That's why I know what it was.
Collector's item, my friends. Collector's items.
And my crackhead brother got rid of it.
He's got it now.
He probably sold it for a rock or something.
Damn, that's unfortunate. Especially that kind of stuff.
He sold a Colt Python, a Colt 1911 that was the first production run Colt 1911 ever made. The serial number was 4 numbers long. It was made in 1912. Probably worth $10,000 to $20,000. Probably sold it for $100. Colt Mustang 380. Colt Cobra. I said Cobra. Anyhow, 38 Special stub nose Colt. Remington 700 BDL Deluxe 25-06. Some kind of H&R 32. Probably, I bet a Winchester 94 22 Magnum lever action. I can't think of anything else, but over the years, those got gone. Fucking crackhead.
You're like, here's $200. Let me have that damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's like the family that the dad saved a bunch of guns for his kids, and then he passes away, and all they want is a few $100 for their shit when the poor guy's been collecting firearms forever, you know.
The Python, the Colt 1911, the 94 22 Winchester, I had in my possession, and my mom come up here and kind of showed her ass, and I'd already, whatever, anyhow, kind of disowned me or whatever, and said she wanted the guns back there for her, you know, my nephews and stuff. And I didn't want to give them to her, but I was kind of like, well, I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't, even though I know these guns are worth money, to keep like good karma and be the bigger man, I gave them to her. And then, of course, later on, I found out my crackhead brother got rid of them. He stole them from him and got rid of them. I said, well, thanks. But I'm the black sheep of the family. I got disowned by my own fucking mom, but I don't give a shit. So, whatever.
You're like, whatever.
Yeah. But
That's a bunch of
fucking drug addicts for you. I mean, you know, they split families up all the time.
Yeah, most of the time, they're the most manipulative little bastards, and they know what to say to the right people. And like you said, you're on the outside looking in while they're sitting there begging for money every week because they have a fucking addiction to feed.
You got a habit.
Yeah. Well, and the reason my mom disowned me or whatever, basically, in a nutshell, was because I wouldn't accept them in the family. I wouldn't go over there and hang out and have dinner and stuff. I'm like, I don't hang around with fucking crackheads. And just because he's my brother don't change a damn thing. I'm not hanging around them.
Yeah. No point in hanging out with bad people.
Yeah.
Or people you don't want to
I
hang out.
had to pull a gun on him one time because he was trying to break into my mom's house. And he wasn't living there at the time. He'd went on a little binge or whatever. And she called me scared, you know, all scared and everything. So I jumped in the car, went over there. Didn't point a gun at him, but I had it on me, you know, and I told him to fucking leave. And And then the next day she took them back in, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not coming back over. I'm done, you know. And it was like a couple years later before she come over here and kind of blah, blah, whatever. I was like, okay, whatever.
I know. It sucks because they have a problem, but it's like you impact everyone in your family.
Well, my sister and my mom and all that, they keep giving in and allowing him to be a drug addict. I might kick him out on his ass, let him hit fucking rock bottom. That's the only way he'll ever straighten up. If you don't let him hit rock bottom, he ain't never gonna fucking straighten up. You can't fucking pamper him, and hell, he's I don't know, 35 now. He's been a fucking drug addict since he was 19 or 20 years old.
Shit. Surprised he's still alive.
Yeah.
It always gets worse, you know.
He died one time, but they revived him. I mean, hell, even if you give a ham sandwich to a drug addict, you're enabling them to buy more drugs. I don't give a shit what. That's the way I look at it. I'm a cold-hearted bastard. I am. As long as you're my friend or I know you don't do me wrong, I'm the nicest guy in the world. But if I'm a cold-hearted son of a bitch when it comes to the wrong things, you know what I mean? I don't have it's either you're good or you're bad. There's not a lot of gray area with me.
Yeah, exactly.
It keeps things simpler that way, though.
Yeah. I don't lie, so I don't have to keep up with lies. Don't ask me a fucking question if you don't want to hear the answer.
Exactly. I know, I get in trouble.
I won't answer, or I'll give you the answer that I believe, but I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat it. I'll tell you if you're a fucking idiot, if you're an idiot.
That's always good.
Yeah, it keeps things straight, real. Like I say, I ain't got to keep up with lies. And
you're like, yeah, did I? Yeah, you don't have to pretend.
Yeah. I mean, even like people I don't like at work, I can get along with them. I just don't talk to them.
Yeah, makes sense.
Other than what I have to, but other than that, I just don't associate with them. Yeah. It's the best way to deal with somebody you don't like. You don't talk about them about their back or what. No, just ignore them, whatever.
Yeah. You just don't have to hang out with them.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be social at work and get stuff done without being their friend.
Yeah, because I know everybody knows fake people. That they'll just talk, great with somebody, they're just their best friend, and then as soon as they get around the corner, they're telling you what a dickhead they are or a bitch or whatever, and it's like, hey, you was just buddy chum with them a few minutes ago.
Exactly.
What do you say about me when you go around the corner?
Exactly. You're like, oh, really? Okay. I'll make sure to steer clear of your ass. This reloading shit's crazy.
Yeah, curious yellow soul. Don't open your mouth and we'll get along well.
Exactly. It's like, don't lie to me and we'll be good.
Easy Patriot. I try that ignore them thing with the person I don't like, but she still lives in the same house as I do.
She hasn't left yet. Damn it. That's true. 25 grand.
I just find it's easier to be that way for me. I mean, I say I'm a cold-hearted son of a bitch, but that's only like big things, Like I said, I can sympathize with somebody that's like addicted to drugs, but that don't mean I have to welcome them with open arms.
As soon as you do, they fucking rob you blind.
Yeah, and that's one thing my brother has never done is who asked that? It was Deb. Somebody's asking if I had this. Jason Job. Yes, after I interviewed that guy, or did let him do his little spiel, he signed a book for me and gave it to me. That was nice of him. And it's oh shit. Rick. And this book ain't really a story. I don't know if it's gonna come out or not. It's just chapters, and it breaks down like how to do things. I mean, I'm sure there's some good reading in it too, but it's more like I don't know. I hope it's coming out good. Just kind of breaking things down. Do this, do this, do this. I'm not saying it's a boring book. I, of course, have no. Okay, acquire a 2-year food supply. Then he's got it broke down. Goal, blah, blah, blah. Discussion, da, da, da. And then, he breaks it all down. Okay, like here, what carbohydrates to get, proteins, some kind of hints, read labels and dates and stuff like that. So it's just goes through and breaks everything down. Here's one that gets into something else. A water system, tells a little, suggesting things there. Sewage system, gang raids, which everybody's worried about in a true shit hit the fan situation. Bugging out. So it's not like a big story. It's like a reference manual. You know what I'm saying? And the way he talked about tying it into the internet, which is a bad thing. Shit hit the fan, the internet goes that way, then it don't do you as much good, but it's still probably a lot of good information in there. Now I forgot what I was talking about.
Crackheads.
Oh yeah, I was talking about crackhead. I forgot my train of thought now though.
Then Kel Beaner says, I let a meth head cousin of mine borrow $20 and I haven't seen him in 6 years. That was the best $20 ever spent.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Is like I said, I'd already confronted my brother one time with a gun. Like I said, I did point it at him, but I had it on me. Yeah, he could see it. I was wearing it open, and then I talked to him like one time after that, and I just flat out told him. I know I've said this before, but I told him, if anything ever gets stolen from my house or yard, I'm tracking you down and I'm killing you, whether you fucking did it or not. Because it's probably one of your buddies.
I'll keep one.
All the shit he calls my family and stuff, I don't hold a grudge, but that kind of sticks in my back of my mind, the shit he's done. So, but I was dead serious because he's already robbed my sister's house, wiped it completely out. She lives on the same road I do. And then probably 2 weeks later, she had him over there fucking Sunday dinner or some shit. Yeah, I know. Mike says, Mike DeLucia says, TR, just know it isn't him, it's the drugs. But he's still responsible for his actions. In my opinion, when people get that bad, they want to either die or go to jail. Because ain't nothing else they do is going to have any other end result.
That's definitely the end of the road for that.
Hey, BC.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong, BC. I'm just talking about crackheads. I just happen to have a crackhead brother.
Crackheads.
Or whatever he does now. I don't know. It used to be crack. I don't know.
I guess that's one thing I guess my family's been blessed with. I don't have any direct family that's impacted. So, there's the twigs of the family tree, but you don't have to run into them until family reunions. And
yeah, you're lucky. That's good.
It's like once a year.
I ain't saying every family has, that bad of somebody in their family or whatever, but it's not uncommon.
Right.
It's like having a crazy grandma. Every family's got to have one.
That's one. Once I get older, like to the point of no fucking return, I want to have Tourette's and I don't know, something else. Can you just develop Tourette's? I mean, is that?
We blame it on it, I guess.
Yeah, just make up your own shit.
I'm just going senile. Roll around in the wheelchair at the nursing home, grabbing girls' asses. What? I'm old. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you know what's weird? You either get the cranky old man or the funny ass old man. You know what I mean?
Hopefully I'll be the funny old man at the bar trying to pick up women and make them fool of myself. At least I'll be having fun. My dad used to have a bar, and we had one like that. He'd have somebody drop him off, and my dad would take him home when he closed up because he stayed till he was just there until he was done. He might pass out over in the corner somewhere, and we'd wake him up, take him home, you know. But I can't remember his name now. But he was a funny guy, you know. He was a fun drunk. It was pretty interesting when my dad had a bar. I bartended and stuff there. It was fun. A little small town bar, you know. I know we're not getting, I don't know. Anyway.
Was that in Traveler's Rest?
Yep. Yeah, I've told the story, but when I went to Desert Storm, he ended up shutting the bar down. And not because it wasn't doing good, but some, no offense to you, Blue, but some like young cops started taking over. The older cops started going to different places, I guess, for, you know, like bigger cities to get more money or whatever. And they were cool. They always come by. They'd come hang out at the bar too. I mean, I'd say hang out, but if they was there not to work, they'd come in, talk to people and stuff. It was friendly, you know. I mean, they're there to make sure nobody, whatever, but you know what I mean. And then it started getting like these younger guys, and like they just felt they made it a trap and harassed, and they even set them up one time, and it was proven, that's why it didn't go to court, that they, you know, sent a kid in there that was already drunk or something. I don't know, some bunch of horse shit. I was in Saudi Arabia, so I don't really know. But anyway, when he shut the bar down, he sent me this freaking box. I swear to God, if you know how the size of a cot, that's how big it was, just about, as far as length and width and all. And the whole bottom of it was mini bottles. Then he put a bunch of just, you know, beef jerky and cake and whatever. Just a bunch of other, you know, books and shit like that on top of it. So even if somebody did open it up, you know, that's all you'd see. But the whole bottom of it was mini bottles. So that was pretty cool. Because in Saudi Arabia, you can't have alcohol. Period.
Come on, you know you got some.
We didn't ever get drunk or anything, but you know, me and a buddy of mine or whatever, every night, you know, we'd grab a few, get an extra orange juice, something out of the mess hall, and make a drink or something, you know. And then when we left, like a night or two before we left, then I let some more people, like everybody, not even everybody in my tent knew I had it, you know. And I was like, well, I got all this liquor to get rid of. Hey, y'all want?
I'm sure they're all like, no,
Cases
we don't want
cases
that.
of it.
Probably more so like, I don't remember, but like, oh, you had that shit all the time. I had a limited supply. I was just milking it out. You know? I didn't know how long I was going to be there.
That's funny.
We had guys trying to make moonshine out of the Kool-Aid packs and shit like that. I don't know that would work, but they tried. Try to make wine, I guess. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything I missed. Okay, talking about him being well, I'll tell you what, we got a pretty good audience out there. Let me I'm gonna do a rundown of the people watching right quick, or at least people commenting. We got Yankee 4. Excuse me. J. Greg Campbell, Mutt, North Carolina, AZ Patriot. I hate trying to do this. Gerald B. Nicole I Am. Chris Do-It-Yourselfer, Mutt, North Carolina. Mike DeLucia. Jason Job. Of course, there's Ricky's or 6 covered. Stan Ulch. Deb RN. Curious. How's that? Curious Yellow Solar. Sandy's Passions. Like I said, AZ already. Stan. There's who else is there? Frank L. Like I said, Sandy's Passions. Mindy Patriot Angel. Yeah. PC Truck Rebuild, Repair, and Repurpose. Winging It Tracy. HRM Weapons Machinist. D-Borg 001. Fuzz T Fork 8. Stunt Greenwood, South Carolina. Gimp Geek. Looking for new names here. Central, I think that's it. That's anyhow. It's Central Cal Beaner. That's what Mr. Brandon Nanette and Foxy.
Yeah, good group of guys out there and gals.
Yeah. Dirt Road, Gerald B. I didn't even see Dirt Road had jumped in. Sorry about that, dude. I was scrolling fast. We got 65 people watching right now.
P NASCARs. Did you get Prepping to Endure?
No, I didn't see Prepping to Endure.
Yeah, I think some of them commented after you went up, and then there's a few people.
Okay.
Mud and Sea. Frank.
Guinevere M. Assyrian Laundry Bin. ATF Sucks was in earlier. Let me scroll back down. I'm sure. Yeah, Gear Garden 19. Gridden. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Gear Gridden 19. Outdoor Maker 38. He said P NASCARs, which I've seen him earlier. Okay. I'm sure there's a few more I missed. Yes, Yankee 4, I did see the YouTube Heroes thing. Yes, some bullshit. But we'll wait and see on how that goes. Anyway, thanks for everybody for coming out. I'm not ending or anything. I just want to do a rundown. Yeah, I hadn't seen anything new about the YouTube Heroes things. But I did kind of catch the second time. I seen another video on it today when it was talking about mass flagging. Evidently, people can flag videos without even watching the video. Like when you pull up your subscriptions or whatever, you see all the way the little cartoon, I didn't catch it the first time, but the way I've seen the little cartoon they put out, it's like there'll be a button there. Evidently, you got to sign up for this or something. There'll be a button to flag videos without even opening them up to watch. Like you could just pull up your subscriptions or a homepage, whatever, and then just flag every fucking video. That's a troll's fucking dream.
Oh, that's the dumbest shit ever invented.
If you watch the video that YouTube put out, you'll catch it. You know, I didn't catch it the first time because I seen it was talking about mass flagging, and I was like, well, I don't know how that's going to work, but I didn't catch the way the cartoon was showing it, where you just pick videos. Oh, I don't like the title for that video. Flag, flag, flag. So if you get some anti-gunners in there, anytime there's something about shooting, just flag them all. But supposedly YouTube still has to review them individually before they do something about it. So I got a feeling this is going to be another YouTube thing that I bet they'll back out of. Because that's going to cause a shitload more work for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get one troll on a drunk night.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be YouTube's 8 hours worth of work right there.
Yeah, and Gimp Geek says, and that's probably true because there's levels to it. Gimp Geek says, from what I saw, you have to reach a certain level of trust before you can mass flag, and that is probably true. But tried and true troll will probably do their best to play by the rules and not flag anything just for bullshit. You know, like say find a video that's the title says like, you know, fuck Democrats or fuck Republicans or something like that. So it's got a foul language and they flag that. That could be considered, well, that's probably legit. That could be offensive to somebody. So play by the rules and they could get up to that level where they could do it, and then they might abuse it for a while and probably get kicked out of the program, but they still got it done. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I don't know. It may not be that effective. It may affect it for a little while and then they back off. I don't know, but it looks like it's going to cause them a lot more work is what I see. So they're going to eat up the
I bet
resource.
you they tried to do that to save work. You
Yeah.
know, well, we'll have other people find all these bad videos for us, but in the end, the trolls will take over and ruin the whole thing.
But what exactly, does anybody know what the definition of an offensive video is? I mean, Christ, there's people that go out hunting. They show the deer falling, they show blood. That to me, that's not offensive. To me, that's learning. That's it's entertainment. I mean, geez, oh man.
Yeah, I've seen videos on just like it was Rick was talking about. Buck Run 11. Showed processing a rabbit. I've seen how to kill a chicken. The lady killed the chicken and then processed it, the whole 9 yards. From it clucking to dying, bleeding out, and how to clean it and all that, And a lot of people that might be offensive to them. You're supposed to buy your chickens at the grocery store where they don't get hurt.
Yeah, that's the thing. We all have channels. We all do whatever we feel like doing. If you don't like it, don't click on the video. I mean,
exactly.
Nothing's forcing you. I mean, it's not like our videos automatically are being force fed to anybody.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
So, like I say, we'll see. We'll just have to say. I hadn't checked lately. They did that different policy where if they decide your video is not good advertisement potential, that they'll demonetize it. I've had one video, one of the chats actually, that they did that to. So I don't know if that was something, and it wasn't nothing in the title because it's the same title I always use, either the bull ring or round table. Yeah, I mean, AZ's talking about another one where they're cleaning deer or processing deer and biting any other animal. Yeah, PETA would be jumping all over that, Hell, if you got big anti-gunners, any video they just see a picture of a gun on the thumbnail or something, AR-15, AK-47, boom, just flag every damn one of them, That would be easy to do,
But they'll let fucking Chester Molester go to a park with a bunch of kids and freaking record that, and that's good, wholesome, healthy family stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So I got a feeling this is going to backfire on them, and they won't they'll have to modify it or just drop it or something. As a couple of people mentioned, there's some really, really big YouTube channels that are raising hell about it. And that's people that make YouTube a lot of money. Because no matter how big you get, you still only getting that little bitty percentage of the revenue created by the advertisement. It's just that you got 1 million viewers, so it adds up for you, but that means YouTube's making a buttload of money off of it.
Yeah. Well, somebody will come out with a new quote unquote YouTube, and I mean, if it gets that bad, I mean, somebody's got to see the money potential there. Yeah.
Well, you got like Vimeo that I don't think's attached to YouTube. I don't know. I know some people went to that a few years back when Google bought YouTube and started doing some restrictions and stuff. And they're like, well, I'm going to quit YouTube. And they went to Vimeo. And that didn't work for them. So, because YouTube just where it's at. I mean, that's just that's the medium that's being used the most as far as video.
There was MySpace before Facebook, and look at MySpace now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, full 30, like these guys brought up. But the problem is you have to be a huge channel, I think, to even get your videos on there.
Vimeo? I think you have to actually...
No, full throttle. I mean full throttle. Full 30.
Full 30. I hadn't even heard of it.
Yeah, Such and a lot of the larger channels, they have the ability to put their videos on there.
Mm.
And it's kind of like YouTube, but all gun related.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. It's basically the same video.
But see, I don't even really watch big channels. I don't care to watch big channels. I ain't saying I won't watch them, but I prefer watching people like us. I would rather see a review of a flashlight by Blue or Rick than somebody that's got 100,000 damn subscribers. Just getting the shit sent to them for free or borrowing it and blah, 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 you know. And they're making a big production about it. And, I mean, I ain't saying they won't give me an honest review, but I would rather see basically the way I think of it, a friend or neighbor do a review and tell me whether it's a piece of shit or if it's a good flashlight, because I believe you.
You know what? Those guys aren't getting the free flashlight. Those guys are getting cash from that company they're getting YouTube money as well.
Yeah.
But the company,
when you get that big, if you got a couple 100,000 subscribers, you make a living off YouTube.
Oh yeah.
You get paid, period.
No, but they're not just getting a free flashlight. They're getting maybe, I don't know what the real number would be, but let's just say 10 grand.
Mm-hmm. 10
grand, do a review on this. I know it's going to instantly get 1 million views, like from, Iraq veteran 8888. Because, when you got, I don't even know what they have now, but when you have over a few million, like, Hickok 45, you'll get 10% of it. So you're instantly going to get 100 or 1 million views. So it's like, that's what they're doing. Uh-oh.
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I didn't either.
That's why I got moderators out there. Thank you.
That's right. Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind it at all. I think it's awesome. I'm just saying there's more to it than just a free flashlight.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Well, even the money they make off YouTube.
Shit, I'd love to have my own channel that would freaking make it so I don't have to fly across the world every freaking month.
But just the money they make off of YouTube, they're being paid one way or another anyway. Like I say, we've got to do a review on a GoPro and it gets 1 million views or 700,000 views in a week. I made money off YouTube by reviewing this,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just saying as big guys do. So they're getting paid one way or the other. But you're probably right. I bet they do get kickbacks from these companies and stuff,
Well, and they're to the point, a lot of them were like, well, what's in it for me?
Hmm.
Like say, I don't know.
I did that video. I did that with that video. That Gear Best wanted me to promote their sale. The salesman kept contacting me. They promised me a knife like weeks before that, but I never got it. And I didn't complain. I didn't even write them back. I don't give a shit if you send me something or not. I'm not going to beg you for it. And because they contacted me to start with, and then when they wanted me to promote their site, and I was like, I don't mind really promoting your site, but what's in it for me? I ain't gonna just advertise for people for the hell of it. I mean, I ain't never even bought nothing from them. I inadvertently advertise for Amazon all the time because I talk about Amazon, but that's real. I use the shit out of Amazon. So anyway, they finally sent me a knife, and that's okay. So I did a video and I promoted their site. You know, it's like a $17 knife. It ain't that big a deal, but if you send me this for free, sure. Hey, check out Gear Best having a sale. So I got to come up with a little giveaway and give this away. Because I don't want to really do a review. I kind of did, you know, little stump review. Just said, hey, I like the knife. It's pretty cool. Looks good. It flips out good. And, you know, it's nice quality. But, you know, I didn't abuse it and test it. I want to give it away and let somebody else beat the shit out of it. And then you can tell me if it's good or not.
Give it to them already tested.
Well,
you want
because,
a broken knife.
They sent me the knife, which is a nice knife. Carbon fiber, real carbon fiber. You know, it's a pretty cool knife. It really is. Oh, I keep forgetting it's got that axis lock. Excuse me. I get it right. There you go. So it's a really cool knife. It really is. And I believe I'm going to buy one. But, you know, if I do a review, beat the hell out of it, say it holds the edge and this and that and other, well, the knife was gave to me. Am I biased? You know, so I'd rather give it to somebody else, let them use the shit out of it, and then do a video and say, hey, that's a good knife, or that's a piece of shit. They ain't got nothing invested in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as I said in my video, they start sending me damn Spydercos or Benchmades, I'm keeping them bitches.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, no, I'm going to have to do some more research.
Send me two. I'll give one away.
Exactly. I need two, though.
But even with the Spyderco stuff, I mean, you've bought enough of your own that you already know it's a good product. I mean, it's if you've done enough Spyderco videos and they're like, hey, we got this new product coming out, we're going to send you one for a review. I don't know. I think that's legit because you already know it's a great product. However, you know, if you're doing something and the goddamn thing falls apart, then
yeah, what is like you doing reviews on those the Surefires?
no, the
You've
Streamlights.
used them for years. You know it's a good product. You know?
Every time I say Streamlight, ching 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 ching. No.
Yeah. Yeah, but I agree.
$50
Yeah.
million.
I like Spyderco. I mean, hell, this is not this one. This is the paramilitary, but this Tenacious. This is a knife I tell everybody to buy. Even though I got the damn $130, $150, whatever they are now, the Spyderco paramilitary 2. This is the one I carry every day. And that's the Tenacious, the one that's made in China. I beat the shit out of this knife. I mean, literally beat the shit out of it. And I have to, you know, clean the edge up every once in a while. I mean, I cut wire, I clean wire, because I do a lot of electrical work and stuff. You know, fucking pry with it. I mean, I beat the shit out of it. And this thing is held up, and I've had it for several years now. Still my favorite knife.
Yeah, Jason, the Glock 43. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
California. They're talking about California. His sister or something. The Glock 43 is not on the list, so you can't get it. And every month, more guns are dropping off the list. But Glock 43, can't have it.
Really?
Nope. It's on the list.
Well, that's crazy. Hell, that's one of the lower capacity ones, ain't it? Ain't it the 43 one, the little 9?
It's because it was built after that certain year when Glock's not doing the thing where they recertify it for California. And California buys a shit ton of guns. You got to think of all those million people. There's a lot of shooters out there, but they have enough people everywhere else in the country that it doesn't matter, which sucks.
Hey, I want to throw something out to you guys. Went to a gun raffle last night, and the guns, they had 5 Kimbers that they were giving away. The one was a Kimber 1911 tactical HD something. That's the only thing out of the title that I remember out of it. They took every Kimber off the gun raffle and substituted it with a $1,000 store credit from the gun dealership. Would you guys be bitching about that if you won whenever they pulled that ticket for that gun? Would you guys be bitching about that or not? Because they're like $1,400 guns, It's on the ticket. There's nothing that says that, it might be substituted, anything like that. And all of a sudden, the day of the gun raffle, they're like, "Oh yeah, we pulled all the Kimbers," and the reason is that the gun store, between the time that they printed the tickets and the time that they had the raffle, went into new ownership, and the new owners stopped carrying the Kimber line.
I wouldn't be pissed. I mean, if you win, you win. If it's $1,000 compared to potentially a $900 Kimber to $1,400 Kimber, like I said, unless it was a specific one, I'd be okay with $1,000. Right? Because I doubt the raffle, unless the raffle tickets were $500 a piece or some shit, But
well, it would kind of suck if you had like a $1,900 Kimber you could have won, though.
Yeah, it would kind of suck, but it wouldn't.
But you won something. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, some
but it makes
places
sense if they got.
If you don't want it,
it makes sense if they changed ownership and they quit carrying that brand that was going to be raffled off. I mean, you got new owners and everything. The fact that they're even, honoring the raffle itself. I mean, hell, they could just say, "Hey, bring your raffle tickets in. We'll give you your $1 back or $5
right.
or whatever."
I was just always under the impression that whenever, like, a volunteer fire department or whoever's doing these raffles, I was always under the impression that they purchased the guns first, and then they went out and printed up the tickets that this is what we have. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that the gun dealership, or not the gun dealership, but the little, gun dealer, they give them good deals. I mean, they're not paying full retail price on it, so I mean, maybe that's what they, the retail price is $1,300 to $1,400, but they were only paying $1,000 for it. So that might be where they got that at.
No, I'm sure it is. And if the other owners had the Kimbers laying on the shelf, they already did buy them. But if the new owners sold them off, and when they sold them, they were gone, well, they don't have them now. I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal. Now, if they substituted, if they was giving away a car and now we'll give you $1,000 instead of the car, and you bought, 10 tickets, I might be pissed about that. And may even, it's kind of like false advertising. You almost can't do it. It's against the law. And I would think that would apply there too, but I don't think it's that big a deal because you can take $1,000 and go buy a gun. So
yeah, I didn't win, so I wasn't. But I heard there was a ton of people pissed because whenever you showed up there, they had the signs up that said that these Kimbers were, in lieu of the Kimber, it was $1,000 gift card for the store. But
yeah,
that could work out better, really. You can buy two guns that aren't overpriced.
The store probably saved some money by doing that, but there again, like I said, as new owners, they could have very easily just gave everybody their money back for the raffle ticket. So, I mean, they were kind of wrong in doing that. I do agree, but it's, I don't think it's that big a deal. I wouldn't have raised hell. I'd be like, okay, whatever.
Hell no, I'd much rather have the $1,000. Mm-hmm. Then you get to choose, and $1,000 goes a long ways at a gun store. Well, sometimes. Yeah,
I mean, even if it is a little gun store that's overpriced, I mean, it's still $1,000. I don't know how much was the ticket, if you don't mind me asking.
25.
25. Well, okay.
They give away 45 guns.
So. There's some people out there asking about the list for California. It's basically a roster list. So as new gun manufacturers design something, say maybe like, well, the perfect example is the Glock 43. It's a new gun that had just come out. It was never approved by California prior to. And basically, even if it was approved, say like the Gen 3 was approved, but the Gen 4 wasn't. So when the Glock designed the Gen 4, that wasn't on the list. So you could only buy Gen 3s or older. So anything that was made after a certain date, which I don't remember the date because I don't care anymore. But I do care. It sucks for those guys there. But the any of those new firearms that have come out, maybe like the Shield, the 45 that just came out, the Shield and the 45, that's going to be off roster. So, you know, all those new stuff coming out, you're not going to be able to purchase that stuff, even if it's less than 10 round capacity. There you go. It's unfortunate too, because there's a lot of nice firearms, you know, and every year a few more come out and all that stuff. What happened to microstamping? I haven't heard shit about that in forever. I mean, I heard about it when it originally came out, but I figured, you know, it's so easy to change out a firing pin. I mean, and then you have brass. You go to the range, you have brass with your number on it. You could grab a pile of it and throw it in a murder scene. I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff with that can backfire. So I don't, you know, and it may be something. I know they've been talking about smart guns and all that other bullshit, and that's just more stuff that's not going to work when you need it to. But with the legislation in California, you know, wrist rockets and BB guns are going to be outlawed pretty soon. So,
yeah, you did the right thing, Rob. I mean, Rick, get the hell out.
Exactly.
Well, you're overwhelmed. I mean, there's, you know, I know there's some big channels out there, and I'm not going to down them for trying to fight it. I mean, if you live there, fight the hell out of it. But you know good and well, I don't care how hard you fight in California. It's already been proven time and time again. You're not going to overturn or stop anything from going through. Not even stop something from going through. And you sure as hell ain't going to overturn anything.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell every year or not every year, but every 4 years during voting what can and can't happen in your state. You know, that's like California. I didn't believe that you could even, your vote counted because by the time the East Coast and everything was timed out and we're still voting over there, everybody already knew who won. So it was like, my vote didn't do shit.
There's just too many liberals live in California.
Yeah, exactly.
You're overwhelmed. You know, just ain't going to happen. And they keep proving how bold they can get with their laws. They can, especially like this last one, the Gun-a-geddon or whatever people were calling it.
Yeah.
Man, that thing got really restricted. I mean, it wasn't restrictive already, but hell, they just went flat out ape shit. It just gets worse every time they pass a law, don't it?
I know. I can't wait to find out what the answer is going to be to that. Hopefully, they've been pushing those petitions, so we'll see if it worked, if enough people signed up.
Well, I know the Daily Shooter, he actually put a video out talking about how few people even signed the petitions that he had seen or knew about. I don't know if they were online or what, but he was like disgusted. So I don't think.
Well, they know about it. They're just not, you know, and a lot of people I talk to, they're out running around signing the thing and helping out and stuff. But, you know, they have this big rally in Sacramento, right? California is a huge population of people. A Second Amendment rally, and they're only getting like 200 to 400 people show up when they can pull that off in some little town somewhere else. You know, like 400 people, that's nothing when you're talking about millions of, I don't know how many shooters there are, but there's a shit ton of shooters. I think Mutt put in there low per cap. There's a tons of firearms get sold in California. There's a lot of new shooters in California.
Yeah, but evidently you're still overwhelmed by non.
Oh yeah,
or gun people that are what people call FUDs or the Elmer FUDs. Well, I just need this 357 and a shotgun, so these other laws don't apply to me. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever heard the word FUD? Sometimes people use it, but that's what they mean. Yeah, the average gun owner that just owns one or two firearms, you know, a rifle and a pistol or a rifle and a shotgun, and that's all they got. And most laws don't affect them. Not most laws. Eventually they will, but
I get a hit up a lot, especially when I'm at work. You know, friends of mine, through friends or whatever, they're always asking gun questions because they're new to it. You know, they're like, man, maybe I better get a gun because this may be my last chance. so they're out buying stuff. But yeah, it's unfortunate for those guys.
Yeah. And of course, everybody out there knows how we feel. Any of these gun laws are unconstitutional. It's just that the way our government has restructured itself, even though it's a null and void law, it's enforced. So we can yell and scream, stomp, and throw shit all we want. They're still going to stand by the law, even though I think it's a unconstitutional law. Don't matter. They're doing what they're, just like the government does in everything. They do whatever the fuck they want.
God forbid you try to collect rainwater off your roof, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just crazy that there's states you can't do that. If you put a bucket outside, you'd be breaking the law. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris is right. Well, did Colorado ever turn over that standard capacity magazine stuff? The 30 round?
I don't think so. It's still in the books. They just ain't enforcing it.
Yeah. See, that's the reason. I don't know. Too many people from California moved to Colorado.
Let's see. Yankee, I got my privileges back on September 6th to do my chats on my channel.
Yeah.
I served my time. I'm not even on probation now.
That's right. Of course, this new flag thing's coming out, so you'll be back.
Yeah. I'll be sending out emails to damn YouTube. Review my video. There's nothing in it. Contest or whatever. But we'll see. We'll see.
I had a video flag because there was a guy wearing a shirt that, you know how you get like the 3 different pictures for the thumbnails? And the one that auto picked it had his company logo on the back. And he didn't complain or nothing. He didn't even know about it. But they just saw it on there and just thought it was a printing company thing. So as soon as I changed that font, that thumbnail, then it got approved again. I was like, that's bullshit. You're the one that picked the freaking picture, not me.
I had one of mine, they didn't take the video down or anything, but they demonetized it. And I don't even know if I guess I had been monetized or it wouldn't even showed up. But I know I've talked about it before. But anyhow, they gave me a copyright infringement alert, which you don't get in trouble for those. They just don't let you monetize it. There was no music in it. It was me sitting out on my stump talking. So I contested that one. Somehow YouTube's computer picked it up. I don't think anybody turned it in or anything. It just, they got some kind of algorithm that picks up, I guess, music. And I guess
it's your rooster.
Now, I think it's because I talked so damn country, they thought it was a country song.
It was your rooster. When the rooster crowed, it was like, oh, yeah, that's a fake rooster. Yep.
So I contested it, and they remonetized it. Not that I make any money off YouTube, but
yeah, I know someone asked, "What does YouTube pay?" It pays fucking nothing.
Yeah,
that's what it pays. That's like this camera right here. It'd take me 20 years to pay this camera off. Or more.
Chris got thing for a weather video. Yeah, actually, I think their computers pick up stuff by accident. It's just something just has to hit it just right, and if it's bullshit, just contest it. They'll remove it. That one video that they took the monetization off because it wasn't advertiser friendly. I didn't contest it because it was one of my chats, so there was probably a bunch of F-bombs being thrown out. So I was like, I ain't gonna try.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got me on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick.
What?
That was definitely you dropping the F-bomb all the time. It was probably that one whenever you had me do my intro, and like within 30 seconds, it was blank you, what Kaepernick or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah. True. It's funny.
Speaking of which, have you guys seen all these freaking high school sport teams now? You can't tell me these young kids have any idea what's going on, but because their role models are doing it, now they're kneeling, they're sitting. Christ, there was even a marching band or something that played the national anthem. So I think it was over the weekend, and they took a freaking knee while they played it. You know, their parents need to grab a hold of them off the field and whoop their ass.
No shit. That's
If
the
you
dumbest
if
shit
you're
I've heard.
playing the national anthem and you're gonna take a knee while doing it, you should have that flute shoved up your ass.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Exactly my thoughts. God, that fucking pisses me off. Because
This is what pisses me off. I went and bought a case of beer the other day, and it came in a regular package because I refused to buy the NFL ones, and it came in a regular package, and I didn't know it till I got home and opened it, and I'm like, you sons of bitches. They didn't put anything on the external package that said that it was the sport logo cans.
yeah. Is it all the teams?
No, something about they have contracts with the NFL that it's like, I think it's only like 16 teams or something like that they print the cans for. So they look for the teams that have the most alcoholic watchers. And
That's awesome. So Pittsburgh's a drinking team.
hell yeah. I still haven't watched a game. I refuse to watch the games or to click on any news links that has anything to do with this great play, this anything. So I'm doing my little part, but it's killing me. God, it's killing me because my team isn't doing anything, that's against the flag, the anthem, anything like that.
Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, that's Well, I think the worst part of it is how it's catching on. Like this is a new fad. Oh, this is people were oppressed. You got now one of the high schools that made national news was when Travelers Rest High School kept the kids from flying their American flags, and it caused a big, whirlwind. And the school had to retract their policy, and then it was okay. Yeah, y'all can bring them now. Because I think the very next game they allowed the flags because there was so much backlash from it.
Yeah, but why would they even start that shit in the first place?
Well,
if I saw a sea of flags, that would be the best thing you could ever see.
There was more to it than that. Supposedly, it was another local high school that is evidently predominantly Hispanics. I won't even say Mexican though, because they come from everywhere, Venezuela and everywhere, And supposedly there was some kids that were using it to kind of the wrong way, like waving the flag. I don't know what they were chanting, but they would chant stuff to kind of like a racial thing or something. And that was the reason they wouldn't let them. So I kind of see where they was coming from. But they just kind of went about it the wrong way. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying, no, you can't fly your flag. They should have handled it better. Don't be chanting this, trying to antagonize these other school, whatever. They could have handled it a lot better.
Fuck them. Go back to wherever you want to go.
And I'm not saying the other school was complaining. It's just, how everybody's PC now. The high school is the one that was like, oh, we can't have that. It might offend somebody. I don't know what they were saying, though. It might have been fucked up. It might have been really offensive,
Yeah. Well, nothing a big stick won't fix.
Yeah.
You see, it hasn't happened here yet, but I've seen news broadcasts and stuff where some schools at the beginning of the school year sent releases home to the parents that said, if you want your child to participate in the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, you have to sign this waiver. I mean, what the hell?
Oh my God.
Oh, the one Facebook post I seen that, or Google Plus or something, they had a picture of that, that document, like you said, that release form, that if the Pledge of Allegiance offends you, whatever, your kid, they just wrote on it, "This letter offends me," and signed it and to send back.
Exactly. I know we're too afraid to offend anybody nowadays.
Yes. Yeah, I wore the wrong shirt. I should have wore Matt's other shirt, which I got a lot of compliments for it. I'll every once in a while wear it out, out and about. That one that says, if you're easily offended, blame your parents because they raised a pussy.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the most compliments I got from it was young people. I don't know, teenagers, young 20s. Because I actually forgot I had it on. I don't think about it. I just throw a shirt on and go out the door. And I was shopping for some groceries, and this young girl just started busting out laughing that worked there. And I just kind of looked at her, and I was like, "Damn, what'd I do?" And then they pointed at my shirt, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then the cashier, another, probably like a 17, 18-year-old kid. Well, probably I think he was younger than that. He was like high school. But he just said, "I like your shirt." He said, "That's true."
Yep. Stop me when I'm lying. Should say on the back.
As bad as like I said, that shit with the TR high and all, but see, you got to figure that's officials. That's, people being brainwashed, and who knows how old they was that's running the school and stuff. But most of the kids, especially in the area I live out in the country, there's people still got farms and horses and cows, and, it's pretty rural where I live. I mean, not the most rural, but it's pretty rural. And, so even though the kids that go to school may be rednecks for the half of the school, the other half may be uppity kids too. So, you still got $1 million houses around and stuff, but then you just go 5 miles and there's pastures,
Yeah.
All right, folks, T-Fork. I need to watch Uncle Buck's video. He had a cast bullet fiasco. All right, I'll check it out. Yeah,
It was stop. Rat bastard.
Yeah, Yankees 4 wife evidently does not watch YouTube, but she knows the names because probably Bobby talks about us. Because at Farmageddon, Buck Run had that TR Prepper shirt on. His wife thought that was TR Prepper.
I remember hearing that. That's funny. Got to make a new rule. You got to wear your own shit when you're at Farmageddon.
That's one of the things I'm waiting for, is to be out on patrol somewhere and stop somebody, and they look and they're like, "Aren't you blue?" Man, I'd probably crap myself right there.
You're all, no. Well, that's like the 22 Plinkster. He used to, I think it was satellites or something he used to put up. And he went to go put a satellite or some shit on this guy's house. He's all, "Are you 22 Plinkster?" And he's all, "No." He's all, I get that a lot. Because he's a big channel. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people recognize his ass.
Yeah.
Now he's not doing that stuff, but yeah, that'd be kind of hard, especially when you're that popular.
I actually have had people now in the TR Prepper thing. People may associate that live in this area if they are, just searching videos and they see that name, because everybody calls Traveler's Rest TR. That's how I came up with the name TR Prepper. So that might be why I get recognized a few times. It's not like a bunch, but I have got recognized a few times because of that TR. Somebody may say, hey, I wonder if they're from Travelers Rest. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And then click on the video. But I've met people at fucking Harbor Freight, and it's like, hey, you're TR. Or just say, hey, TR, or whatever, you know. And I'm like, okay. And nobody knew that I had a YouTube channel at work, except maybe one or two guys. And then all of a sudden, this guy told some people, said that I had a channel. You know, that I didn't even work with him on the shift. He's on the opposite shift as me. And then all of a sudden, it just spread through the damn plant. And I'm like, well, fuck it, whatever now.
You're all out of good fuck.
Watch out for that TR guy. He's fucking nuts. He's got guns and he shoots all the time. Watch his
He's crazy. He's crazy. He's got a mohawk. He's crazy.
So now I got a few people from work that watch the videos and stuff. But there was one guy that was already subbed to me. And I didn't, but like I said, working 12-hour shifts, he's on the other day shift. So I never see him unless he's, you know, covering somebody and working for another tech or whatever. But yeah, he was subbed to me already. So, oh yeah, I know TR Prepper. He works here. That kind of thing.
You're like, no shit.
Okay.
Yeah, Blue, you're gonna shit yourself.
At Prepper Camp, there, I was kind of surprised more people didn't recognize me. I mean, not that I'm famous, but I know fucking means. But like I said, they was, well, I wasn't no count. 3 people, maybe 4 that recognized me. One guy, I talked to him for shit. We must have talked 30, 45 minutes. But he's a good dude.
That's cool. Southern Style 357. Is he south of you or north of you?
If I'm not mistaken, when we was talking the other day, I think he lives in North Carolina. I think Southern Style 357. Where you live at?
He's probably closer to me then if he's 2 hours away.
Yeah, I think he's in North Carolina. If I'm not mistaken, he lives near Charlotte, like west of Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. It's the same. I forget who I was talking to the other day.
Yeah,
or chatting, you know.
Like your full address, date of birth, and social security number, please. If you could put that right in the external.
The DNA sample away at it. You need a hair.
Maybe 2 hours away is about Sandy. No, Shelby.
Oh, no, that was somebody else. He's down near Atlanta. Yeah, you're only a couple hours away.
Oh, he's the other way then. Yeah.
Yeah, Mutt's not too far away.
Hour and 15. I was in Travelers Rest yesterday.
Huh.
I had to hit up Cabela's, give me some reload and shit.
Oh, so you went through Travelers Rest. You didn't go to Travelers Rest.
Yeah, I went through it.
Slow down a little bit when you hit Travelers Rest, though. They're not bad, but slow down a little bit at least.
Yeah, they'll get you, huh?
It kind of comes and goes. I think it's the employees that go through the police force there. Because sometimes it's like all of a sudden I see them pulling people over left and right, and then the other times it might be months before I see a blue light flashing. So I don't know. Sometimes they're bad. Sometimes there one time it was like, hell, just don't even do the speed limit. Slow way down. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it says 55, so I should do about 35. There was actually a car pulled over in Travelers Rest when I went through, matter of fact.
Well, everybody's hauling ass down 25. I mean, doing 65 or 70, and the speed limit's 55, don't get me wrong, but you're out here in the county, very seldom is there cops at all. Very seldom do you see highway patrol. Every once in a while you'll see county kind of, it's like they do sections or something. I don't know, Blue may be more familiar, but I think the county and especially highway patrol just kind of plops around and works areas, so you don't see them all the time, but then all of a sudden for a week or two, you'll see them a good bit. And so back up here, you don't see them that much. So everybody's just hammered down, and it seems to be hard to get off the gas pedal when they hit TR, and they're speeding, So
Yeah. Well, shit, that law about going, what is it? If you get caught going 80, they'll take your license away?
yeah, in South Carolina, 20 miles an hour over the speed limit is considered reckless driving. They can take you to jail and take your license. It's 20 or 25 miles an hour over.
Wow. They're pretty intense about the speed down there.
Mm-hmm. But that's 20, 25.
Blue are doing 85 on the freeway, man.
Yeah.
They're passing 20, all the time.
20 to 25 miles. I think it's 20, but it could be 25 miles an hour. I ain't saying they will. I'm saying they can actually take you to jail and take your license.
Take away your birthday and slap your mom.
Damn.
Yeah, it's kind of like getting a DUI. You'd have to wait and get your license back and pay the high insurance and all that shit.
Damn.
I ain't saying they will, but now
there's a lot of
25. If you're doing 25 miles over the speed limit in a school zone during the hours you're supposed to be doing 25 and you're doing 65, I guarantee you they'll take you to jail and take your license.
That's about the only speed, because I'm no traffic slut by any ordeal. But every morning and every afternoon, I always make sure I'm sitting in the speed zone, or not speed zone, the school zone there. I crack people because ours is 15. And it's funny because some school zones you go through, they got like a fucking 6x6 sign that says, school speed limit 15 from this time to this time and this time to this time. Ours they're 4 foot high, 3 foot wide. They got strobe lights on the top and they flash back and forth with a big red 15 in the middle of it. I've got I'll pinch on people all day, but I've never, God, I think the fastest I've got through a 15 is a 45 and a 15. You cut them a ticket and send them on their way. I've never heard of freaking Christ. I've pulled over people 110 miles an hour before, and you still just cut them a ticket and send them on their way. I mean,
well, like I said, now I'm not saying that they enforce it. It's just that they have that option if they wanted to. I don't personally know of anybody that's gone to jail and got their license took away from them for doing that, but I know it's on the books. Or it used to be. I'm pretty sure it's still there.
Boy, and I'll tell you, the people that freaking blow through the school zones, at least in my experience, are always elderly. They're always the old people. Most of and it's like, man, well, of course, they're going to die soon, so they got to get where they're going fast. But, I mean, damn.
Or just can't see the speedometer. They don't know how fast they're going. Or they could just have attitude. It's like, hey, you little fuckers, I made it this old. You don't have to fucking fight to get here, too. You better dodge. Duck and dodge.
That's right. Bob and weave.
You can dodge a wrench.
I had to walk uphill both ways to school and back in the snow barefooted. So fuck you little brats.
On my hands. You working tomorrow, TR?
Nope.
That's kind of odd, isn't it?
Let's see, HNRE, Palmetto State Army rant video. You was talking about the road. Now, that road, I mean, that's not the road I'm talking about as far as people speeding and stuff, but that road usually is hell. And actually, in that video, the traffic wasn't bad that day. I'd gotten almost hit twice getting to that point where I made the video, and I was really pissed about that, but I still hate that road. It was like a 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, so the traffic wasn't shit. But normally, it's a bitch. You don't want to be on that road. But I was really just pissed because I had a few people had near misses, near hits, or whatever you want to call it. And I was pissed about that. That's not a good time to start a rant, when you almost get hit driving down the road. Maybe not best time to turn the camera on.
Fucking Greg Campbell. That's funny. 9 feet through shag carpet to change the channel on television.
Yep, no shit.
At least you didn't have to hold the antenna.
Yeah. As a kid, you were the remote.
Exactly. Hey, boy.
God
At
forbid.
least there wasn't that many channels. Shit. Could you imagine trying to do that shit now with like 300 goddamn channels?
And then sometimes you had to flip the little switch on the top to get the higher channels. To it's like your dialer only went to like channel 20, and then if you wanted channel 40 to or channel 20 to 40, you had to flip the switch and then go through it all again.
Yeah, and some of them even you had to fine tune them yourself too. You had like a dial, you turned that channel, and then you had like a tune it in, you know. And still may have to fuck with the fucking antenna. Yep, UHF, yep. Stan.
Enter on vacation, leave on probation.
Christ, back in the day, your TV could be, you had family portraits on top of it, a candy dish, and because it was like a freaking 4x3 tabletop. Now they're what, 4 inches deep, I mean, and you hang them on the wall.
I gotta go be a hero for a minute. There's an enormous bug in our bathroom. Can you spare a minute?
I'll be right
I'll
back.
be right back.
Oh, that's the same thing with the telephones. Oh my God, I can't remember how many times you freaking pick up the telephone and you're dialing the number and you get to the last number and you're like doing that spin thing and your finger slips off halfway through and you're like, God damn, you have to hang up and
Yeah. Yeah, we had those for sure. And you did that more often than you would think you would, but people that didn't ever use one don't understand that. But if you ever used one, yeah, that happened a good bit.
you actually used to have to remember what people's phone numbers were. You just didn't scroll through and hit it.
Yeah. Tinfoil and rabbit ears. Oh, yeah.
And it's amazing. I mean, I can still remember all of my neighbors, all their phone numbers. I know every single number that I used to call as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know hardly any numbers of the people I've recently met because it's you hit it and
Yeah, I had to think about it just to even remember what my number is. But even then, you didn't dial your own number hardly. Well, I guess you did calling home, but you still didn't do it. Yeah, now if like my phone was dead and somebody stopped, like if I broke down and stopped and said, "Hey, do you want me to call somebody for you?" I'd be screwed because I don't know anybody's damn number.
well, you can call somebody, but I don't know their damn number. Phone, you have a phone jack I can hook up to so I can get a little bit of a charge.
Yeah, shit.
But that's actually, I mean, that's kind of bad with everything because I mean, think about whenever you were, anything, you had to learn it, you had to memorize it, and now you don't have to memorize shit. You type it in Google and it tells you what the answer is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even know if they teach multiplication tables at school anymore.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, my kid's going through it right now, so they do still do that.
Good.
But and that's it's not, our schools have not adopted Common Core or whatever that's called. I think a Common Core or whatever that is.
Yeah, Common Core. Yeah.
But God, I remember whenever I was a kid in school learning the multiplication tables, they had a record that they put on a little turntable, and it was a song about all the different, one times whatever, the 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and it would just, and that's how you remember that shit. And our kids, they aren't doing that at all.
I don't remember the record, but I remember you'd have like a card with all, 1 through 12, all the and you just basically just memorized it, and technology to a certain degree has dumbed us down.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we might be smarter overall in a certain way,
It's
but
just
in
a
another
grass-
way, it would dumb us down.
Isn't that just a grasshopper?
It's one of those. It's kind of like a grasshopper, but it looks like a leaf. He's waving at you guys. He's famous, YouTube famous right now. Hey, what's up?
That's a wonder he didn't take somebody's head off. Damn it. Yeah, good for you, Rick. You're the hero.
I went in with a couple shotguns just in case.
Just in case. Okay.
All right, let me let him go. I'll show you guys me freeing him. I don't want you animal activists out there. But see how it looks like a leaf? Blue?
Yeah. I think
These
he
things
got
are
that.
everywhere. Usually not in the house, but
Be careful. Don't let it take your head off.
oh, there he goes.
Well, you got a
He's
buddy.
flying. He's flying. That means I can use a shotgun. I think I got a tag for one of them. I got my stamp.
Oh.
Got my I don't know what those things are called, but green big flying bug stamp.
Yeah, Pete NASCAR was talking about how they had a party line. Everyone that lived on that road shared the same phone line. I never had a party line, but I heard of them. I do know what you're talking about. We didn't have that.
My grandma had one of those. You'd have to like wait for the guy to finish. So like say your neighbor was talking to somebody, you'd like pick the phone up and they'd say like, I'm on it. And you'd be like, oh. Then you just call, you try back in a few minutes or whatever. Of course, those were the days when you would just get on the phone, have a quick conversation, and be done.
Yeah.
You obviously don't remember childhood. Hi, how are you? Okay, I got to go. You hang up. No, you hang up. I'm going to hang up now. You hang up?
Oh, it's called a lace wing.
Lace wing. Well, now most of us don't even talk on the phone. We just text.
Yep. Which that's not always a bad thing, I don't think. Texting, because every now and again, you don't need a whole big-ass conversation. Pick up milk on the way home. Got it.
Yep.
Copy. That's right. It works good.
I agree with that. That ain't a bad thing. I don't mind texting. I do prefer to text unless I want to talk to somebody about something. Sometimes I have got into text messages, conversations. I'm like, oh, fuck this. Let me just call them. I don't feel like typing all this shit out.
If it's more than like back and forth twice, I'm just fucking calling your ass.
What are you doing? Nothing. Want to come over? All right.
Exactly.
Speaking of your bug there, I was watching some goofy videos. I needed a break. And, sometimes you just need a break, and, anyway, I was watching like funny text messages or some shit like that on YouTube. And there was one that there was one like the daughter was texting her dad and just kept on, Dad, there's a bug in here or whatever, a moth. And then it was like another text and another text, just hurry, hurry, Dad, just going on and on and on. And then finally the dad texts back and it's like, your dad's dead. You're next. The moth.
That thing's called a leaf bug or a katydid.
Katydid. Okay. Katie, I think it's pronounced.
Katydid?
I don't remember.
Katydid it.
Yeah,
Someone else called it something else up here.
Cicada.
I don't.
Lace
God,
wing
yeah.
by
Say that again, boy.
Cicada.
Cicada. Yeah, I don't think that's what that was.
No, that's not.
Didn't look like one.
No.
It's a bug.
Caddy.
It makes good fishing. Throw it on the hook and let it kick around a little bit and boom.
Hell yeah. my pond, that bug's bigger than the freaking fish. I'm kidding, but need to get some stockfish, something I can eat.
Hmm.
Got a little ass fish in there.
You probably have to put some minnows in it.
Yeah, I
Something
think.
for the fish to eat.
Yeah, I've seen those. What are they called? Gray herons or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Those big ass gray, storky looking, big old birds. I've seen them in the pond. I wonder if they're eating all the
If I
bigger
was you,
stuff.
I would. I know we talked about this one time before. If I was you, I would contact your DNR. I guess I think they probably still call it that in North Carolina. I don't know. It might be state to state. They call it different things. But the Department of Natural Resources, call them and see what they may come out and assess your pond. I know in South Carolina, once upon a time, I don't know if they still do, they would stock your pond for you.
Yeah,
Free.
I remember you telling me that. I need to do that. I've been
I don't
wanting.
know. I don't know if they do that now, but if nothing else, they may, give you information over the phone of what you need to do to the pond to make it, an ecosystem, a good, whatever, if you need to put some plants in it or near it or whatever to help this critter do this and whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's a whole life cycle thing there, a whole circle. You may need certain shrubbery around the pond that draws this kind of bugs that fish that they get on the water and fish. You know what I mean? The whole 9 yards.
Yeah, for
If you
sure.
just put a bunch of big fish in it, that won't work. You probably got to do more than that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I got some shit swimming around there that was eating them.
Yeah. Well, you may have. Now, I've also heard if you got too many fish in it, it'll stunt their growth because there's not enough food. You may need to fish the hell out of it, get a bunch of those little fish out so the other ones have more to eat. It may be as simple as that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just order some. I need to start feeding them, though.
Gerald B says stock it with bait fish for 2 years and then call a hatchery.
All right.
Okay. I didn't know that Stump. Stump has some more information on that. If you get them to stock it, then they control the pond. So, yeah, don't do that.
What? But
he says the DNR will help you with it, but if you pay them to stock the pond, they control the pond even though it's yours. They can tell you to get the fuck away from it. So, yeah, don't do that.
I'll fucking throw a couple sticks of dynamite in there and say, you can have all your fish back. Here you go. Come pick them up. They're over here and over there. Somewhere back here.
Okay, there's Yankee or Bobby's out there saying the same thing. Okay, I didn't know that. I had heard that, but I didn't know. I never had a pond, so.
Hey, just go over to the neighbor's pond, fish out the bass, and take them to yours.
That's what I tried. I tried to do some fishing at this catfish place because I wanted to get some catfish in the bottom, clean up the bottom or whatever. And I didn't catch shit. So I was like, well, fuck, that didn't work. Yeah, tannerite those damn fish. Makes it easy for counting, see how many fish you got in there.
Later, Beaner.
Well, I got a crap load of shit to do still.
Okay, well, it's been a couple hours, so we can wrap this up. Didn't talk about a whole lot, but we did hit on a few serious subjects. Hope I didn't let nobody down out there. We didn't stay serious the whole time. Not that we ever do, but I just didn't. Like I said, I worked this weekend. I didn't really skim the news to really hit anything hard to get in depth about. So my bad. But anyway, I never script these anyway. So anyhow, we will let Rick and Blue do an outro, talk about anything they got coming up, if they do. And I'll start with Blue.
No, thanks for having me on as always. Good times, but I've got nothing, so that's it.
How about you?
That was easy. That was simple. Still working on my 2,000 sub giveaway. Come take a look at that. I got some new reviews of some new items coming out. So other than that, that's about it.
All right, cool.
Jump over to Facebook and Instagram if you want to see my normal everyday bullshit. It's kind of fun, but stuff I don't make a video on, basically. Other than that, appreciate you guys showing up tonight.
Yep. Thanks everybody for coming out and making this always a successful chat. We always got a big crowd, and even though sometimes we don't have the big subjects to talk about or really dig into some nitty gritty stuff, we always seem to have fun, and that's all that counts. Evidently, it's good enough. So, Deb, RN, I want to get this right.
Deb Dorian.
Deb Dorian, yeah. She's having an after chat. Give her 5 or 10 minutes, and she'll be over there, and she'll probably open the panel up and lets people in and have a good time. I may come check it out. It's been a long day for me. But anyway, thanks, everybody. See you next week. And see you Tuesday if you want to come by for that chat at 9:30.
See you
Later.
guys.